Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursday. I am your host, Drac. We're back into it with another The Etrian Odyssey. Alright, this is probably going to be another shorter episode. Everybody's topped up. Okay. Alright. I'm going to give you guys a little peek into my mind here. Holy moly. Anyway. I actually didn't mean to hit attack on so many of them. Especially my healer. I didn't mean to hit attack. It's been a rough past couple of days as of this recording, and I'm going to name this recording I'm going to name it after the day it was recorded. So, when you see this on YouTube, it's just going to be called Video Log. And then today's date. The day of recording. And then just today's date and the day of recording. I would like to say the past few days haven't been hard on me. As you continue into the brush, the noise ahead draws your attention. I'd like to say the past couple of days haven't been rough on me, but that is an understatement. As a matter of fact, I believe I've been... I'm peaking. That's bad. No peeking. Anyway. Okay, yes, those are appropriate levels. I love that. So, for the past couple of days, I've been playing entirely too much Monster Hunter Wilds. It has been way too much, and even then, it has been absolutely... I have been playing too much Monster Hunter Wilds, but at the same time, I haven't been playing enough. There's a thing I have too many, and I've always had it. I've always had it since I was a kid. Too many choices gives me paralysis. And you've probably heard it on a bunch of different... on multiple... things to be inside the tall grass before you. I'm going to make a mistake here. You peer utility, utilely, utilely, utilely. We're learning words into it, wondering whether chance it or leave the sound alone. I would like to practice finishing a thought before I continue to do things. First of all, I am going to investigate this, and if it's what I've heard, then it should be a squirrel that's going to viciously attack me. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to say is, there have been too many choices in Monster Hunter Worlds, and it's a problem I've had since I was a kid called analysis paralysis. Too many choices, and I just cannot make up my mind. One of the reasons why I'm either going to have all of the girlfriends or none of the girlfriends. Probably shouldn't have said that, but here we are. There's also another weird... As the party leader, Drac pushed back the tall grass with their hands. There's also another weird thing. Lost my train of thought. Suddenly, Drac felt a sharp pain in their hand. The noise seemed to have come from a small snake. Oh no! You pull yourselves together and continue the adventure. See, that's the thing. You don't learn if you never make mistakes. And that's another problem I have. I don't let myself make mistakes. Because, in my mind, let me see if this is actually correct. Well, this just became a problem. Okay, so poison flies on the second floor. We're gonna need poison resistance. And that's the other thing. Analyzing, being able to make decisions based on mistakes. It's a horrible thing when you're not allowed to make mistakes. There's another flip of the coin there. The other side of that particular coin is not being able to learn from those mistakes. Like, see, I knew it was a mistake, but I made it anyway. Skills. Oof. Well, We have to use cure anyway. Now, yikes. Okay. Okay. That poison is rough. And quite honestly, I don't think I've ever been in a video game or have played a video game where poison is that deadly. Again, I'm trailing off topic. I'm kind of switching between what I want to talk about and what the game is, and what I'm doing in the game, but what I'm doing in the game is also tying into what I want to talk about. You don't need either of those at this point. Okay. So, I actually like the fact that the poison is so deadly. Because normally in other video games I've seen, poison really isn't that big of a deal. And see, I still made a mistake there. And again, that's okay. But why is it okay? There are several things you have to learn. The other side of the coin that I was talking about earlier are see, I'm a southern man, so I get R and is mixed up quite often. Normally I like to say the other side is over like the other side are, because it just sounds... Honestly, I think it depends on context. But is, to me, it rolls off my tongue better. It sounds better to me. So, the other side of that coin is... I can learn grammar later. Just hang in there with me. Critical thinking skills. It's one thing if you're not allowed to make mistakes. And that's why you'll probably see woodworkers whittling on wood scraps, or they have a test version and an actual version. I've talked about him in previous episodes, but Bob Ross. Bob Ross actually used this technique. The techniques that that you see on Bob Ross episodes, Joy of Painting, he would actually have, for every episode, he would do 3 paintings. A test painting, an episode painting, and then a more refined version of that painting after. So for every single Bob Ross Joy of Painting episode, there are actually 3 paintings. And they're not exactly the same. They might have he might have a certain vision in his mind of how he wants the painting to go, how he wants the landscape to look, but for the most part, each painting is going to be a little different. Now, that first painting, I think he threw away. I'm not quite sure about that, but if the first painting didn't turn out well, or it wasn't quite to his liking, it's like, it's okay if I mess this up, because it doesn't matter if I mess it up. I'm going to take what I do with this, I'm going to take the lessons I learned by messing this painting up, and then make the actual painting for the show much better. So it was pretty much a rehearsal painting, and that's why you have rehearsal in acting classes, you don't see it, but I have my guitars off to the side of my desk. In music. And for those of you wondering, it's I have an LTD that I actually dropped and have to replace the toggle switch. Because this is the end of the toggle switch. So it actually broke the toggle switch off, so I need to find a new toggle switch. I need to learn how to clean up solder. I already know how to solder. That part's not going to be hard for me. I have to learn how to clean up solder. So it's going to be a project. It's going to be a project. But at the moment, I don't have enough time for it. And I also have to buy a setup kit for guitars. Don't know where I'm going to find that right now. But anyway, back on track. In music, you have rehearsal to cut out the mistakes. And you can't cut out any mistakes if you don't have critical thinking skills. Just like you saw me do earlier, I tried to preemptively draw this map based on what I was seeing. I'm still trying to do that, and I made mistakes. I learned from those mistakes, I erased those mistakes are now gone. Why did I turn left here? No clue. I wanted to. And even right now, I'm making mistakes. However, I am on expert. So there's not much leeway in me making mistakes. My mistakes are more costly on expert. Which reminds me, I would like to find a cure for this poison. As you continue your adventure, a ferocious roar echoes through the forest. Moments afterward, you hear a heavy hoofed footsteps galloping through the forest. A dreadful enemy unlike any you have yet seen is fast approaching. The dot on the map is a type of enemy known as an FOE. Formido Oppa Natura. This sequence. I probably said all of that wrong. Exequence. Look, I'm Southern. My language comprehension skills aren't that great, but I'm learning. For every movement you make, it makes one as well. Consider any FOEs before taking action. Oh. Okay. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna draw, and what we're gonna do is we are going to retreat. I haven't seen this one before. No. She is going to attack as well. She's going to defend. Okay, good. Is no longer poisoned. And I believe this hair should be weak to fire. I really didn't want it to attack first. Okay, it looks like I shouldn't be going up into the second floor just yet. But then again, that's why I put this on expert, so I can learn fast. Did I do a first painting before this? No, no, and that's... Once you think about it, that's kind of what my channel is about at the moment. I had to hold back a yawn there, excuse me. Soft eyes, small thing. You've discovered a new monster. Do I wish there was a faster way to go back into town? Yes. Absolutely I do. Yeah, no. And this is also a kind of a semi-challenge run, because I don't want anybody to permanently kick the bucket. Hair. No weaknesses? Okay, let me... Where am I going? Moves bindings. Okay. Leave. I'm gonna take a nap. And this episode has gone on for far longer than I thought it would. But that's because I went on a tangent. Schools these days, and as I was going through school, they never taught critical thinking. They just gave you the answers on what was going to be... They just gave you the answers for the next test. And if you remembered those answers, you passed the test. And even some teachers will lazily say, this is going to be on the test. There was even one point in college where my teachers said, okay, I'm gonna walk you through this, and at the end of it, if you do this correctly, you pass. That was one of the final tests. Now, did I take copious amounts of notes? Sure, I did. Do I know why we were putting certain things into folders and organizing them the way we did on the final? No, I don't, because I didn't ask questions. Because that's not what I was taught for the first 12 years in primary school. For the first 12 years of schooling, I was never taught to ask questions, so it never became a habit to ask. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Can you accurately explain to me why I am doing what I'm doing? And it's like that is a lost art. And eventually I'm going to... It's going to be one of the video series I put up on my Patreon, and it'll be for free. On my Patreon for free, because I want people to know. I want to teach people I want to teach what was never taught to me. That's somewhat what this entire channel is about. Like, eventually I want to teach things, but in order to teach things, I have to learn how to learn myself. And there are sources you can find. There's actually a learning pyramid, which I'm going to put in one of the videos eventually. And there are a few things I would like to say before Actually, do I have any requests? And there are a few things I would like to say before I misclick. Before I exit the video. Seven strips of soft hide. Inscribe 10 monsters in the codex. Okay. I see the status on requests. Kind of. Must be tested. See if I can get a new mission. No available missions. See. Now, see, this is something I'm gonna have to do. Okay, I want to see Chop, Mine, Take. Okay. So, now I know what I'm going to do on the next episode. We're going to try and find a place to take something. And I have no idea if that place is on the first floor or not. So, I'm going to go to the first floor. And we will see. Matter of fact, let's see if I labeled the first floor correctly. Because Chop should be scissors. For whatever reason. Now, I know that's not right. Over here. I know that's not right. Definitely Chop. So. Gonna go back into town. Going to the Rooster Inn, we're going to save. And I forgot, completely forgot, what I was going to close out the episode with. I'll close it out by saying this. It's a shame that critical thinking was not taught. And more and more as I reflect on how my school days went, and how some teachers were over others, it seems like people went into the wrong profession. They went into teaching without wanting to teach anyone. And now I'm here, and I have to ask for help on even the most mundane of tasks. So I am going to try and put together as best I can and this is far, far future stuff. Don't expect this out right away. Far, far future stuff. I'm going to, as best I can, I'm going to try and teach what I believe to be basic critical thinking knowledge, and more at first it'll be a quick, it might be like a 10-15 minute video on my Patreon. That's of course going to be available for free, which is not out yet. Don't go looking for my Patreon, because I still have to set it up. But that's one of the projects I want to do. And I want to do a combination of things. I'm probably going to do I'm going to take a page from the book of another creator on that. So it's going to be very similar to what another creator does. But I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary for people to see that, and it's necessary for me to explain it that way, using Microsoft Word in a spot where I can draw things out, where I can actually write out words as opposed to just typing them in. Because when you write something, you use more muscles than you do typing it out. Muscle memory is indeed a thing. That's why you should write. That's why you should always use handwritten notes as opposed to just typing notes in a notepad in a computer, because you remember them on a deeper level because you are engaging more of your mind that way. And like I said, that's probably something else that's going to go into the lesson plan, what I just explained. Did we save? I can't remember, so I'm gonna save again. But that's all I'm going to say on this episode. Thank you all for joining me. Remember, stay safe, have fun, and as always, play your way.